is called Walk On By. For many, the taxi is called and where to fare is paid. Before the next encounter with hot shower and shave, I'm try limbering up for a while, leaning against the only tree in Brooklyn, the city side of town. She walks down a runway carpet of red, and her poodle yanking her leash. It was a puffball with polished nails at both ends. Our building has a fixer-upper decor, with the hallways being a long stretch of yellow with Chinese mural fanning ginkgo near lantern tees. And a flight of stairs has a landing takeoff shooting for the stars all the way to Mars. And the crying is heard when an unborn child battles his mother while she lies in a crumpled heap, bent over, vomiting on the street. And there is a man who has lost everything. A beggar who sets things straight, making everyone glad of their fate. Not so long ago, he had evenings where night dreams. He fell asleep going to them in the no place like home, in storefronts where shoeshine boy to man massages women's feet, who are always on their toes. And eyes both submerged and goodbye, but drying them with the sun has begun, as I look at everyone in a different light. The end. This poem is called Court of Love. Am I on a knight's errand for a fool's love? Would I, could I, should I forget my hunt for a wife? And father to mother's last sight of son knows more sorrow than anyone. The sunny side of the road is egged by birds, and my voice is cracked as I look up at a bird shedding leaf. I have to get hold of myself, shaking within, when Wren night makes me look great as I stand on bended knee, waiting for flawless word of do you really love me? I walked a path at night, tired of fetching flowers to adorn a maiden's hand, and moaning low more than you know, my forehead is running feverishly hot and cold, and your hair is a little long here and there, gracing comely feet arches, foot of rainbow, and a faraway calls me home as I carry you over a threshold of town where seed had gone to farm with corn sweet on us. And our time is short, but we measure up in length of days, turning years, even though the bubonic plague may scourge us soon enough. The end. This poem is called Heart Locks Away. The gavel is not kind, as all rise when order in the court is compromised for a pro-lifer sentenced for life. The Bible's thumpers testify, I swear by God, that's him. The judge suppresses a bitten lip, sips water, washing his tongue of blood, while others use theirs as a murderous weapon. And after permanently blacking out, the side rails are up, and he is strapped from escaping the reality of what have you done. Disgruntled, John said, I am going back to bed in his head, so loud he could wake the life edging closer to him. I wish you could feel the kicking, John. I do disturb the living, resting peacefully, asking quicker than a heartbeat for signs of life. I know the risk of being comatose. I'm his commonly known wife going under again to a Caesarean knife. Discerning eyes see tears welling up inside, but I keep it together before leaving, having a belly laugh for the unborn. Now my car is full of badass kids being seat belted as finger squeeze gum snatches hair. Somebody care is written across my forehead because I get stares when I think one is too many, 1,000 not enough. And the extra mile never ends since my shoes burn rubber, breaking the speed limit while I'm on the mommy track and hubby is on the run, with racing thoughts trapped within his healing mind. The end. This poem is called Death's Row. Hex window swings, devil swaying, opening for prisoners that look out at a black and blue tortured skies, howling wind. The pain so great that the big house creaks and groans, moving now and then. The father has mind to kill himself. Yep, he isn't an insane, of course. Just living among almost dead makes him crazy. I tend this ageless man with Alzheimer, wondering where he has gone. I have patience for a patient who won't wake up despite being fed stories, spreading a word of hope that help us cope. I was bullied by birds that feast as one, with no pecking order or gouged out eyes belonging to others. The friends of the night are stranger by the day, and everyone was fainting away from stench, the land of breath having an unnatural breathing. The inn we sought has decay of lying about the rotten truth, when the living come by chance far and few, between roads of ruin that never lead to freedom. The end. This poem is called Cry Me a River from the High Seas. Waves roar, being beastly this morning, skittish and frothing at the mouth of the cave, and a shell's ghost whisper Sunday dead calm after Saturday's night live. As a woman, she sees seas over sand with edge of toes that tower ivory, while get putting the best foot backward to the land. And a love barely rests in eternal sleep, waking only for me, since I'm the girl of his dreams. The smoke got in our eyes with desire of fire and passionate perspire, making tears take away fear of getting burned. Some of you is the sum of the me rings true when body ticks, wake and shake soul, asking seconds of your time. Our kisses held breath too long, making faint heart strong, become booming to you. I watch youth pass on through father to son. My conscience is eating me up while you serve time by waiting on tomorrow. And I am by your side with pride, so hold me tight while dabbing tears of there now, tears mingling with the sea. The end. This one is called Pink. She keeps her head above water with a beautiful head full of Creole curls and plain plates of pearls, swimming laps in a pool of tears. She is bald, bold, and beautiful, and the clubbing days link us as a couple. In the fourth in line, I was drawn to studio Agent 55, where the billboard shouts silence when you gave your sign. Killing time, I was totally blind for another, forgetting gropey minds want to know about our affair. Time is short like my temper, and it is shocking when the nibby neighbor get the finger. They seem to have a hand in everything, so we give it back to them. The lady's body tells it all. She lifts with her beautiful bedroom eyes, minus the double hung breast plus size. And the alluring looks sure look good on her, even though this cancerous flesh pierces my heart. And accusing looks ask, why are you trying to lose yourself? With caring looks, forgetting other people's pity. For a woman wrapped up in herself in a mink, she modeling joy with camera snaps, flashing her life before me as I remember. Then I get older, outgrowing her another day. The end. This poem is called Growing Up Large. Lives matter when we are chain linked to a fence, and I am touched that you are touched by our fate. The mob of angels rear up wheels in defiance of gangs that appear, believing death begins at birth. With nothing to lose, they run us down. So I pimp my ride at 10, and I have a posse by then, making more money than my old man. He's 20. And the cigar shop is thick with cherry blend smoke when looting got out of hand, and a doused gasoline alley. And the toys for tots are taken by screaming mothers jaywalking street. And I see an ashy window displaying duct tape fire sale from between the aisle is put out front, begging for business. Things got better. The scissors cut through red tape, pulling strings for air balloon advertising work. It was not a good year when a blimp knocked out power, endangering parade of blacks showing their anger. In a blink of my eye, they asked why all the tears. And watching overhead, I see the spiders have the drop on me and my house pronounced dead, buried under rubble instead. And a hard boiled sun beams little rays of hope while galls of feather flock together, soaring on clouds riding high from smog. And the summer falls back, leaning autumn brown, coming too soon when work is slow or non existent. The end. This poem is called Secrets. DeSoto loses green, resting beside a metal beauty. Me, as I sit among the darnel and dock, with Daddy's long leg at my side. I have days of grace, losing face with him in a web of deceit. And the sun's late risers peeking behind sheets of rain. Suddenly drop of rain nearly spoiled a child, waddling in pain, splashing up puddles. I stand under a roller coaster of love with its twists and turns, breathing salty air in a popcorn sky. And the deep sky has the depth of despair when I can't fathom of why I'm here. And mommy goes nuts and bolts from daddy, who works in a hardware store. Her runaway love found out about our tempestuous evil play. Cry in the dark comes from my insides. It screams. And I put to bed my thoughts, not exactly cribbing words that come to me. The end. This poem is called Monastery. Under earth digs are full of spades, where an undertaker is undertaking a journey through darkness to see light of the day. He sizes them up, praying on praying with these heathens' coffins that lay. And an ironclad wrist is locked away where a skeleton key digs deep inside bone from our skull catacomb home. And a night wing wail in a pitch black jail, but bat screeches to no avail. And a lit torch keeps them at bay as they fly this way. In the water, deathly cold, flow a river where blackness cover some ground. The men are skewering torture stake of sun-dried skin, causing outcry in the land of do you miss the well-oiled head of nails, hammering screwed-up wood, which stood in good hands. And the earth quaked with ground-baking news as stones roll away from a tomb of the risen. Some are fired up for the paradise lost, carrying a torch for the burning, thinning out seed of man. And the sparks fly as they hack away, taking a stab at the thorn and thistle with the sword of humanity continually turning in their midst. I look afar to the rising sun that is in good hands, held by the finger of God. The end. This one is called All in Good Taste. Skiing is fun, but my favorite obsession is food, glorious food. And on shaky ground, arms carry me out, stooped over me as I go downhill to my feet, wrapped like a pig in a blanket of snow. And the snow white icing has frosted flakes cupped in a milky hand as the war began, every turn making dough in the thick of things, flowering face in a food fight to my delight. I was shaving, I know, I was slaving over a hot stove, finding recipe that cooks the books of Western spaghetti from a TV show blasting at high noon. And the brown bag peaches ripen flavor, juicing up mason jars filled up in mama's 9 month stock, well preserved for the belly, being precious to unborn. But for now, Hour of Power has filled the room, coloring TV a black and white, with our hands locked in prayer before feasting meal. At night, I look at a Swiss sky with a cheesy moon until the Alphorn horn wake the morn. And during the day, I feed my senses, inhaling aromas as they come in my door. Mom's apple pie, and I run for more because I know you can never go wrong eating right. The end. This one called The Sum of Love for Sum of Love. What an eyesore. Sty in my faces. Sty in my eye, faces of panicked pigs wallow as I boil their feet, bubbling peppery water, hours on end in a vinegary heat. And the garbage can is open, fly flies out of there, where a cleanup crew is needed in my hoarder's home, lodged in the outback of mountains. No child has been born to live in our image for days to come. And you look at me, and I start to die inside, with your deadpan eyes being the calm before the storm. And the storm hails you, lightning, thunders, boom, shakes us up a bit with a touch of rain, where lingering drops kiss our lips. The sun has sweet, dry lullaby, making making night miss day until a mortal storm. A killer it was indeed, so we took heed to forgive day of sunshine, being hot and bothered. Home is pinned under a rainbow when I make a bow, nodding sky's primary color, untying the gloom till our red hearts bleed and bloom. The end. This one is called Loosen Your Tongue. Late in the day, your hand was hot, then cold, leaving me alone with my thoughts, even though our hands danced together. A chandelier metal branches, light bulbs above our table, where fruit wax bold from clustering grape vineyards, one of each you pluck, tasting wine in each bite. And the pick of the vine is so divine, lasting till tomorrow. Let's talk. Don't shy away from me. The handmade signs, body language speaks louder, even though the silence is deafening. I know you know me, but I want you to know more about me in your own words. Now is the moment when anything and everything is all about you. Follow your heart when it comes to love. Your words are not deaf in my ears. The love flows through your fingers, touching a heart unfeeling, but showing signs of believing in you. The end. This poem is called Farm to Fork. The plate is full where the fork in the road leads to a barnyard, and the dawn breaks in a new day. Sunny side up, raised, burns, skillet skin, while bronco busting busts loose again. And a Choctaw bacon raised from hogs disgruntled over grunts caught eating near them. And the sloppiness is on the menu. Slop here and there, pinched snout of mama, brooding over piglets, weaned too soon for the black market. And the held noses are pinched by grunts, till bleeding by man and beast from sty stench. Oats are sown by stallion, rearing to go, rolling in the hay with filly today. And a Colt 45 will be born to ride for freedom on a beer run. And Freckles, the beautiful flower with well-oiled pimples, has flights of fancy with her bird. Missing in action, her legs kept her going, despite a mishap with upended wind tossed tornado jackknifing a trailer years ago. And the talent of strength set on her, lost in hug and found love. There you are. There you will be when we are busy relaxing all alone together. And the belly rub Vicks vapor soothes an aching, cramping style of loving that gal tonight. The end. This one is called The Sweet Life. Eggshell whites lie on stove. Yolks yoked together love, where mama tiptoes and hugs daddy long legs, kissing me head to toe with bacon breath, lips seared red. And a milk carton dampen our mood ring, where I want a child say they need you more than ever. And a strawberry Pop Tarts feed street walking pigeons with crumbs succumbing to those darn ants. And a car pulls people ready for work where lines are drawn, separating the cartoonist from its illustrated man. The lunch will be a doozy if you feel woozy from an egg salad gone rotten, rogue to rotten. And a chicken soup for the mind fed feverish thoughts, giving me a dream of bottled water where my ship sails in a time of hourglass sands. The sick day may extend out to a vacation when they do love me so very much, especially if you're the boss's son. The end. This one is called The Love of Life. My Florida room is heaven, booming angel trumpets, while I dream of blowing tuba umpas with smokers lawn. The land we bought held our home hostage. It was forever a glade of bayou bogged down. And the land is so scarce it pays itself as we sail on paths say paved with water on a hurricane highway lanes. And the light-headed angel window shops, faintly looking in at my soul, making brown eye blue. And the thorns rose in my heart when you stuck to me, but I'll work it through, gaining over you with the speed of light. And the love runs a thrift shop which is in no business of mine until today, when this doors open with a grand slam and everyone is in the running for the bargains. And the heavy-handed angel held my to-do list, a bucket of things never done weigh her down. And the ballrooms are busted, falling to earth. I mean, the balloons are busted, falling to earth, while some hung around telephone lines, scaring the birds. The mannequins are all dolled up in stunning degrees of undress, from lace to nothingness. And the little girl's hop, skip, and jump shoes were on hand near a song and dance man's radio, and the vacuum cleaners turned over, sputtering, spitting dust out for days to come. So God bless America for red faces with white skin, having the blues when wives hit us up for money, aware that our happy hour makes them mad. And the titty bar is full of flagpole dancers with a bump and grind behind. And the drinks are on me, shots of whiskey dribble down chin till my hand is shaking. And I don't know what is in store for me when everything goes black. But I have a knack for coming back for some more to those darn cigarettes. The end. This one is called A Star is Born. After replacing a kicked out a door, I punch in window, screening out the spy next door, whose eyes can see you, camera flashing nudity before me. Injury costs me more, arm and leg to be sure, but it's worth it. I don't like anyone eyeballing my girl. You can say we can be heroes for just one day, fighting for love. Your greatest hits are best kept secret as they land on me, and you're always on my mind, soothing scream of fury, that berry light of my eyes. And I don't get plenty of light, and I was sure to make things right before day hid my shrunken smile of pearly whites. I was seen at the checkout counter at a supermarket where I got our story straight from the tabloid of what has been. It's not too far from the truth, said the gum chewing cat lady in the leopard tights. You love romancing, making kisses hand scarlet, and the eye of barely kept woman belonged to me and mine. Stare, if only for a moment of seconds, please. An urban legend I am a knight where old folks tells my plight of guarding streets with martial law in place. I am careful of the curfew, enforcing retreats of violence that makes my job easier as an unknown vigilante at times. The end. This one is called Jailhouse Rocks. My back is raw from scratching for a living. I have been out of touch with God. Now I'm praying to stop this phantom pain. Since boyhood, a horse whacked me good by kicking hoofs from a bad hobby of riding out the night. Stunk, drunk, buck, naked, wild. Now the young'uns get their rocks off, throwing stones at me. In a jailhouse rocks where when justice is patched up by sweeties, molasses with love thicker than honey. And a rocking women cradle me, cajoling ear with pestering sweet talk, salving fear, as I buckle down the rubbing skin after falling off the wagon. The medicine man treated offered tonic, so pleasing to those who kept this faith healer, telling me to look above for comfort when 30-day stay of penance is lifted, not punishable by God. Being free at last, echo steps, taken in sails downtrodden paths. Free at last, free at last, free at last. Belongings are returned with a gold piece with which lost minute, seconds within hours of the time, confining space as I watch everything. And our next stage of getting revenge. That would be like beating a dead horse whose haunting nemesis stalled with me behind bars. The end. This poem is called It Burns. The sun turned on me when I made light of day, and my lips lick ice cream cone into shape. Vanilla sky and the chocolate heaven are a dripping delight to me. It's so hot. The seas of people crowd a lake with a pond of family ebb and flow, stranded, drowning out our voice that asks for rain. I will put on a face that forgets how to dry when I am always falling in love with you. It's all about us, where picnic covers some ground, carrying an old linen with a checkered past, with lay of land lying beneath of us. A wall scroll topsy-turvy is our upside-down world with graffiti skies, and it's no surprise that slang hangs in the air. My life is drawn to you. Way too many tattoos of angel hellos that are the piercing of the sun on my body. Picture me in ink, sketching days of being wild, with drunk is popular. But now I feel pretty looking through eyes of a peacock and a soulful cry for the lonely. And nature's tear kept up appearances as I wipe away dew, having a good cry with morning dove for our love. The end. This poem is called Prying Eyes. I'm alone and sleep lay upon my eyes to be remembered. Doings done in November. No fires burnt with black hole sun, kindling oak autumn. Tonight by the firelight, none are truly happy here. There is no rival like the past when love is lost and in vain. I waited till my smile became quite dated, not always glad, it seems. I asked the sun not to leave me green with envy, using darkness as a cover, as day goes rushing by unseen. I came to an old house where there's no room for hate when getting even from all those odds of leaving me. This helps me get through the days of days. And the night fell to darkness in my eye, and a wake up call from an owl who gives a hoot about me hurts my head as I lie in bed till the moon beats down. Pummeling sweaty tears have haven't aged with wine. In the morning, moonshine, frown seeks shade, sunshine. The morning sunshine, frown seeks shade when I peek out window. The streets are full of metal shacks where a wall is even more of a steel thanks to the looter's cell of hot property burning in the wind. Life is a wreck, tear up and tear down, streaks my face of dawn. The end. And this last poem is called Family Feud. Horizon bends long, with stretched out catnap branches arched over me, and the bone makes a grin, broad jump across Bulldog's face, till stomach pumping barf throws up arth when I heard, "Hey Mac, where do you want this?" between drag of cigarette. And the dog is being petted, so excited he wetted, and slip sliding tongue on his yelps giving license to run, and run. And it is good that you called today, sisters, cutting visits short when we are not home within a house, bickering as van lines come. We all got together, making a road by walking, curbing violence by talking, and lugging trash belonging to the curb. A mirror with old looks handed down to me, an old ticker talk clock needing rewind, having time out of a home within a house. And they just started wrapping things up. The red face bloodied by me, and the closed eye crying, "Quit to ye." And a fistful of blood reflects the smashing good looks where eyes mirror mine. The sisters screen my friends, and I get slammed, breaking glass in pain, forever emptying door of forgiveness. I wasn't exactly looking for trouble, but brother, I swing the greatest hits till I pass out, and they wake me to skeeters smelling well hung water going sideways, streaming across my face, wrinkled from much needed sleep. And the welcome is worn out as I go where the fruit are just getting the hang of things, bushel feeling conspicuously, deliciously red. The sisters are surprised at the orchid nursery I run because I was raised in a state of panic in the USA, and anyone could push my button in elevated living, where the water closet houses stacked porn, a penthouse magazine, because could never afford penthouse living. Now I'm satisfied living the high life and southern living on the ground floor with a jug of hard cider. The end.